What Justin Baldoni really said about Blake Lively's body might have you confused.
Blake Lively is not being honest in her lawsuit.
This is serious stuff.
There's so many different versions of events circling around the internet right now.
Justin Baldoni's team launched a new website featuring an amended legal complaint.
We've been talking for months about Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively's behind-the-scenes drama on It Ends With Us, but now there's a brand new angle that has fans scratching their heads.
As for claims in Blake's lawsuit that he fat-shamed her after the birth of her fourth baby,
did Justin truly talk poorly about Blake after she had her fourth baby, or was something else going on? According to the latest text messages Justin just spilled online, he insists he only asked Blake's trainer about her size so he could safely lift her for a specific scene. Nothing malicious. He claims Ryan Reynolds blew up on him over it, and that's basically how the entire conflict ignited. Meanwhile, Blake's suit portrays it differently, alleging the health coach he recommended was actually a sneaky move to push for her to reduce her size.
Baldoni also claimed to make a good faith inquiry about Blake's weight to her personal trainer.
So which version do we believe? Obviously, the words associated with this topic sets alarms off for everyone. But according to Justin, the conversation was innocent enough. He says he was dealing with bulging discs in his back and needed to train for a specific stunt lift. So he discreetly asked the trainer, "How heavy is Blake?" That might be no big deal in a normal situation. But in this particular powder keg, it apparently sparked a whole fiasco, with Ryan cussing him out like he'd committed a huge betrayal. The big question is whether Blake herself was genuinely offended or if Ryan was overprotective. Also, how do we explain the text messages where Justin hypes up Blake, telling her she'll look amazing and not to worry about her postpartum figure? It's messy for sure, but let's dive deeper into the timeline that Justin just unleashed on us. In these newly leaked text messages, Justin actually comes off supportive. One conversation reveals Blake worried about filming love scenes so soon after giving birth to her fourth baby, Olin, and wanting to push them to the end of the shoot. Justin responded with reassurance, "I want you to know you will look amazing. You don't need to stress about your body." That doesn't exactly scream shame. He even said he'd be up for working with her to modify any scenes if she felt uncomfortable. She agreed that she was used to training for roles like an athletic event, but felt she needed more time to lose extra baby size. Reading those lines, it appears they had a friendly rapport, like a well-meaning director and actress trying to navigate postpartum realities. Yet the suit claims Justin later improvised scenes involving gratuitous content, making her feel uneasy about her physique. If that's true, maybe we see a mismatch between the nice texts and the real on-set energy. Or perhaps the lines got crossed somewhere. The internet is left baffled by these opposing stories. Some fans say, so Justin's encouraging, while Blake's the one bringing up size issues? Others argue that kind texts can mask deeper tensions. I mean, texts never really convey tone, so it can be hard to read them how the sender intended in the first place, right? Where things took a sharper turn in the Justin and Blake drama is apparently when Justin privately asked Blake's trainer, Don Saladino, about her size. According to the newly revealed texts, Justin wanted a precise figure so he could tailor his workouts, train his back muscles properly, and avoid injury when lifting her. He claims it was all in good faith, given he was new to such stunts and had a bad back. Yet soon after, he says he was summoned to Blake and Ryan's apartment, only to face Ryan screaming about Justin asking about his wife's size. The whole thing apparently left Justin apologizing repeatedly, feeling blindsided. From Blake's perspective, or at least from what the suit suggests, any talk of size or postpartum body was not Justin's business. And to be fair, you can see how that might feel invasive if you're a new mom dealing with changes. Still, Justin's text logs show him working closely with the same trainer for his own workout routine, which was recommended by Blake in the first place. So was he crossing lines, or just trying to figure out how to do that tricky lift scene? The conflicting viewpoints might never be fully resolved outside of the ruling, but it's definitely got fans picking sides. If you believe Justin Baldoni's version, he recommended a health coach to Blake because she was battling strep throat and had multiple rounds of antibiotics, messing up her gut health. She responded enthusiastically, basically saying, "Yes, hook me up." But in Blake's complaint, that same incident appears as Justin connecting me with a specialist, implying it was a subtle hint for her to drop some of her size. The text records from March 2023 show Blake cheerfully thanking him, praising the coach, and talking about how helpful it was. So if there was any sinister motive, it's not obvious from the messages. Critics of Blake's stance argue that maybe she's rewriting the story to bolster her other claims. But other people think a woman can be polite in texts, yet still feel pressured behind the scenes. We all know not every complaint about workplace mistreatment is spelled out in iMessage. Sometimes you play nice outwardly, but resent it deep down. That said, the actual texts do not explicitly reference size loss. They revolve around gut health and postpartum well-being, which many new moms are sensitive about. Either way, it's another instance where the vibe is he said, she said, with the public forced to guess which framing is correct. Blake's suit mentions Justin inserted intimate scenes not in the original script, including ones with her character hitting an O-face on camera. She claims she discovered these changes late and felt blindsided, especially postpartum. Justin's timeline disputes that, claiming any notes came from an intimacy coordinator and were standard suggestions for a realistic portrayal. He says that since Blake refused an early meeting with the coordinator, he had to convey those notes to her personally. So was he pushing for gratuitous content, or just stuck acting as the messenger? The suit also references a birthing scene that Blake says was filmed in a poorly protected environment. Justin counters by saying she wore black briefs and a pregnancy suit. No big exposure. Again, the messages and official docs show he took steps to ensure her comfort, telling her that he'll make sure she's not worried. Blake, though, insists it was a boundary-crossing environment. In truth, she might have felt fine initially, then changed her mind. Or maybe the set got more tense as shooting went on. Each side spins the same events in dramatically different ways, leaving fans repeatedly saying, huh? In the middle of all these claims, accusations, and new text leaks sits a massive $400 million defamation suit.
Justin Baldoni has officially fired back against Blake Lively in a jaw-dropping $400 million lawsuit.
Justin roped in Ryan Reynolds and Blake's publicist, Leslie Sloan, alleging they planned a campaign to paint him in a bad light. The reason for that steep figure, according to Justin, is that their rumor spree cost him job opportunities and tarnished his name. Meanwhile, Blake's crew calls the suit another chapter in the playbook, claiming he's flipping the script on her legitimate concerns about on-set misconduct. Despite the swirling negativity, both individuals once texted each other sweet birthday wishes and notes about how great the other was doing. The breakdown of this, it seems, came out of nowhere, escalated by miscommunications over postpartum size or intimacy scenes. Possibly once tensions started, they never found a middle ground, and fans suspect the confrontation at Blake's penthouse, where Ryan allegedly cussed out Justin, was the tipping point. Now, the PR versus is in full effect. Justin created a website for transparency, while Blake's team demands a gag order accusing him of swaying public opinion. If you're shaking your head, you're not alone. At this point, many fans are left confused about Blake and Justin. On one hand, Blake's side says she felt ridiculed by a director obsessed with her size. On the other, Justin's text trove reveals a man coaxing her with lines like, "You'll look amazing." Is it possible both versions contain some truth? Maybe Justin did ask the trainer about her size in a naive but well-intended manner, and maybe Blake found it invasive in hindsight. People's emotions can change drastically when under stress, especially postpartum. There's also the possibility that Ryan's protective instincts magnified the conflict, turning a minor inquiry into a major moral affront. What's certain is that tabloids are devouring each new detail, while neither star looks unscathed. Blake's brand as Hollywood's charming fashionista is under scrutiny, with critics saying her allegations feel inflated. Justin, meanwhile, is facing the uphill battle of proving he's not the creep she's painted him as. So, was it really what they say it was? The actual text logs suggest he never ridiculed her body. He genuinely tried to reassure her. But does that exonerate him from any other claims? Not necessarily. What do you guys think? Did Justin mess up with all of this? Let me know in the comments, and I hope you guys have a great day.